Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 All Fours.
Hello again and welcome to the Carolina Insider. So glad that you have decided to join us as we go through the next 30 minutes or so. Of course, no game this weekend for the Tar Heels. In fact, no Tar Heel action at all this weekend, with most of the fall sports wrapping up, it being exam week as well. Men's and women's basketball start next week, and of course football still has a handful of games remaining in the regular season as well. But just because there are no games doesn't mean that we don't have a terrific show for you. Here in just a second, Adam Lucas is going to join me and we'll break down some current events around Carolina athletics. Later on in the show, we're going to get a full update on how the fall seasons went, the COVID protocols, etc. for the winter season, and a lot more with Bubba Cunningham, the Tar Heel AD. So look forward to catching up with Bubba. We have our social drive as well with some cool basketball content in there, including Cole Anthony being drafted in the first round earlier this week. So a lot to get to. Let's bring in Adam Lucas and get this show started here on the Carolina Insider. Carolina's next game is against Notre Dame. That is the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, so a Friday game and big time slot. Adam, day after Thanksgiving, 3:30, national television. Radio-wise, we'll be on the air at 2:30 to get you ready, and Notre Dame's going to be one or two in the country when that game occurs, depending on what else happens around the nation, because the Irish are off this weekend as well, just like the Tar Heels, and there will be a lot of attention on that game.
Man, if you weren't already mad at COVID, that game is going to really make you mad at COVID, because just imagine what Chapel Hill would be like, what Kenan Stadium would be like for that game on that Friday at 3:30, the day after Thanksgiving. That's the kind of game Mack Brown is trying to build this program to. 7% capacity at Kenan Stadium, the best that will be allowed. So just make do with what you have. The crowd that was there for the Wake Forest game, even though they were small, as Mack Brown said, they were mighty. And Carolina will need to be mighty in every phase of the game because Notre Dame is legitimately good.
And then, Adam, the final two games of the regular season after the Notre Dame game, there's been a flip. Western Carolina and Miami. Carolina's dates flipping with those two opponents. Miami having to shut its program down for a couple of weeks due to elevated COVID numbers. That caused a cascade of changes across the ACC. And Carolina, one of those teams that had its schedule changed. So now it will be Saturday, December the 5th.